The newsroom. For decades, Arab strongmen rallied the support of the West with a simple paradigm. It's us or Iran-like ayatollahs. Well, now comes the Arab Spring, and with it, its first elections. And guess who's ahead? In Egypt, heavy turnout. And the Muslim Brotherhood's Freedom and Justice Party is set to reap the benefits of the first election since the fall of Hosni Mubarak. In Morocco this Tuesday, the first ever naming of a moderate Islamist to lead the government. Abdelillah Ben Kiran's PJD garnering 107 of 395 seats in last Friday's parliamentary elections. And in Tunisia, the representative of another Islamist party, Ennahda Hamadi Jebali, is tipped as next prime minister after the Constituent Assembly elections there. So why the success? What does it mean to be a moderate Islamist? And we'll also look at how the West is interpreting this changing of the guard. Today in the FR24 debate, Islam and the Arab world. And with us to talk about it, we hope to go to Tunis soon to speak to Rafik Abdel-Salam of Ennahda. From the Moroccan capital, Zineb Belmkaden of the pro-democracy February 20th movement, Jalila Hedley Penier of the advocacy group Think Ahead for the Med. Thank you for being with us. Mahmoud Ismail, director of the Egyptian Cultural Center here in Paris. Barak Barfi of the Washington-based New America Foundation. And you, of course, can follow the discussion and weigh in on the conversation on the FR24 debate Facebook page and on Twitter, where our handle is @François F24. Let's begin with the latest news that we have, and that is the naming of a moderate Islamist to lead the government in Morocco. Zineb Belmkadem, what does this mean? Why did they fare so well, and what does it mean?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. And I'm not a spokesperson for the PJD or any political party for that matter. I'm just going to comment as an activist and as an activist who boycotted the elections that stemmed from an undemocratic constitution. I believe that these elections do not represent the majority of Moroccans' viewpoint. We shouldn't forget that 20% of the votes casted were blank, and also that according to the Moorish Wanderer, a blogger, only 24% of adult Moroccans actually voted. So in my opinion, this has been a sort of jump start kind of a democracy, like a forced democracy in Morocco, in order to give a chance to the PJD and see, what kind of results that they may have in order to safeguard the monarchy just the way it is.
All right, Barak Barfi, you heard Zineb's position there, but nonetheless, be it in Tunisia, in Morocco, in Egypt, the trend is clear and definite.
Well, Francois, it should come as no surprise that the Islamists have been able to garner so many votes. And we've always known that they are the most organized, most developed opposition in the Arab world. And after authoritarian regimes fell so quickly, the other forces in society did not have as much time to really prepare and get organized for these elections as the Islamists did. So we're really going to see the Islamists take power, move ahead and really win elections anywhere they really contest them in the Arab world.
All right, they're going to move ahead and win elections. On Monday, the Financial Times says Borzou Daragahi went to the Middle Egypt city of Fayoum, where he tweeted a picture with the caption, in case anyone thought about voting for a secular candidate, a mural on the wall here offers guidance. There you see it. God knows what you're doing, says that mural. I guess you could say it's a tongue-in-cheek reminder, Mahmoud Ismail, that long before there was an Arab Spring, Egypt was a Muslim country.
Of course, and also we don't forget that they have a very big social activity. I mean, most of the country, especially the countryside, these groups, especially the Muslim Brotherhood, they were very active for hospices, for small hospitals, for schools, and they were replacing the state in all social activities almost, especially in the countryside, either in the Delta or Upper Egypt. So we have, like we said, it's a traditional Islamic country with people serving the society from this Islamic movement. And from more than 70 years. They are the opposition, always, and persecuted, in prison, tortured during all their history. So now the people from different trends, they are looking forward what they can do.
Jalila, let me ask you here. When we did election night coverage here, and there were people from the secular parties with us, and they said, well, Ennahda, the moderate Islamist party, is set to win. They got 41%. And they said, well, all right, now they're going to be confronted with what it's like to be in government, and the proof will be in the pudding. They were not at all alarmed by the fact that Ennahda was set to win.
No, because they were organized, as Barak said. It was the only party which is really organized with the historical background. So, and the left or the secular parties were just most of them have rallied after the revolution, so they didn't have the time and the experience and the budget also to be organized such as Ennahda. So yes, that's totally logic. So we expected the Ennahda to be to.
The fact that they garnered 41% and that they're widely tipped to have, because they're going to announce a government, right, in the coming days, a new prime minister, and they're widely tipped to have, I'm told, Interior Ministry, Defense Ministry, Foreign Affairs Ministry.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Actually, I see that the results of the elections were fair enough to provide and to deliver a government or a political landscape that guarantees the checks and balance, because we have here 40% of the only religious political party versus 60% of the other secular parties. So it's normal. We have that system of check and balance. But at the end, lately that one party with 40% has consumed the three other major parties, which are Takatul and CPR, and consumed them. And then, in order to have to monopolize the power, and the fact of having the law, justice, and the interior minister in one hand with the same party shows us that the Ben Ali regime is not far. It's again the same regime with another name or mask. So we have been trapped in another kind of monopolar system.
All right. We're still having satellite issues with Tunis, but we are pleased to welcome Rafiq Abdel Salam of the Ennahda party on the telephone from Tunis. Thanks for joining us. I want your reaction there to what Jalila Headley-Punya said, and also can you confirm that you will indeed be laying claim to the portfolios of defense, interior, justice, foreign affairs in the upcoming government that's formed?
Hello, I didn't hear the previous discussion, but I definitely say that we are working now in a coalition government. We have three parties. We have the Troika, the President of the Republic from the Congress Party, and we have the Prime Minister from another party, and the head of the Majlis, the institution, the Parliament, who is from the Takatul or from the Forum. And we are very keen to work together in a coalition government. Of course, there are ministries that we go to another, and others we go to other parties. So this is we have no strategy for monopolizing power. We are very keen to work with other parties.
But are you laying claim to those four key ministries?
The key ministries, of course, would be for another, since it is the majority party. It's very normal. But we have a coalition government. We have a president from another party, and we have the head of the parliament from the forum, which is very normal. And we have other ministries that we go to other parties. This is a coalition government, but we have a party who has the majority. So it is very normal that we take the major, ministries that we go for another party. This is very normal and precedented.
Jalila.
Yeah, but having law and having the Interior Ministry and the Ministry of Justice at the same hand that's so dangerous for democracy. We won't be able to have like a check and balance system. That's so dangerous because we're monopolizing the power. I mean, both ministries in the same party. And in addition to that, there's this project, the project of the constitution, which is really serves the interest of FNADA. It doesn't make any separation between the executive power and the judicial power. Both they are in the hand of Ennahda. At the same time, Hamadi Jbeili can be the prime minister for the government, and at the same time can be a member of the Constituent Assembly, which is not healthy for the democracy. Many other points.
So a need for more checks and balances, you say. Rafiq Abdel Salam, you got 41% of the vote in that election. Do you interpret that as a mandate to make society more religious?
No, that's not necessary. I think we'll preserve the society as it is. The role of the state is not, it's not the job of the state to Islamize or to secularize. The job of the state is to look at the benefit of the country and to preserve the political stability of the country. This is the first priority. To say that Ennahda will monopolize power is nonsense for the simple reason that we have a common program. We work with other partners. We have a common background with the Forum and the Congress. So there is no strategy at all, and we are not, we have no priority at all to monopolize power or to marginalize our, partners.
So in that case, Rafiq Abdel Salam, can you just tell us then, what does it mean to be a moderate Islamist?
To be a moderate Islamist is to work with other parties and to work within the political system. I think we are living in transitory periods. Tunisia is, getting rid from a despotic regime, and now we are in the process of political change towards a more democratized country, with more democracy and more open civil society. And we are very keen to work within this society and to work with other partners. We are, in fact, within the political scene, but we are not the only player here. We have other partners, and we are very keen, as I said before, to work with them.
Barak Barfi, your reaction to what you've heard here, the discussion about the debate here about the checks and balances in Tunisia and what it means to be a moderate Islamist. For you, is it clear what it means? Is it the same thing in all the countries we mentioned, Egypt, Tunisia, Morocco? Being a moderate Islamist, does it mean the same thing?
Well, before I address that question, I'd like to enter the debate that Jalila was having with our guest. We're talking about monopolization of power. If parties, moderate Islamist parties such as Ennahda, focus on defense, interior, issues that are diplomatic in nature, they're going to move away from the reasons that they were elected. They were elected to fix social inequalities in society. They need to focus on ministries such as labor, education, and transportation, build new roads, reform education, give people new jobs, train them. That's why they were so successful, as Mahmoud said, in Egypt. Mahmoud will remember the 1992 Cairo earthquake and what happened in Mbaba, how quick the Islamists were to respond to that. And that is what these people want. These are the reasons why they voted for them. Now let's address that second question about modern Islamists. Basically, when we talk about moderate Islamists, we're talking about intra-Islamic policies. We're talking about people who embrace modernity, who will study social sciences. They will work with non-Muslims. They are completely different than the Salafists, who are the ultra-pious Muslims who really won't shake a woman's hand or a foreign woman's hand or really speak to infidels, to non-Muslims. These are the nuances between some of these people. The fact that they even participate in elections makes them moderate. Radical Islamic jihadist groups such as Al-Qaeda denounce elections, and this is what it means to be a modern Islamist. These are very intra-Islamic issues.
Zineb Bemkaren, your reaction to what you've just heard, and do you agree with those that say that the model now for these parties is more Turkey's AK party than anything we've seen up to now?
Well, I just think that the moderate Islamic parties, I think the reason that they were elected is definitely to fix some of the social issues, the issues related to illiteracy, the issues related to definitely social justice issues, and try, because they're always closer to the people. And I think that the way I see it is this political party, and I'm speaking for Morocco, for the PJD, I think it could have been something really positive if they were maybe more outspoken about the positive transition that we want to make towards democracy. I mean, this is the Arab Spring. We did not ask for the removal of the king, and I think that it's fair enough to ask for a real parliamentary monarchy. And if we do not push towards that transition, then this opportunity might pass, and all of the executive powers might just remain in the hands of the king, while the PJD sticks to social issues and fixing things and face-to-face. And I think that they are very moderate indeed, and there is absolutely no reason to have a general Western freakout about these Islamic parties. It's just the need to really move towards a democracy. That's, to me, the main issue that we need to fix in Morocco right now.
All right, no need for a Western freakout. The founder of Egypt's largest Salafist party, Al-Noor, you mentioned the Salafists. That's the ones that are much more radical than, of course, the moderates that we've been talking about. Abdel Hafour, he claims that he's going to reach 15% of the vote in the election that's taking place over 2 days right now in Egypt. Let me ask you this question, Mahmoud Ismail. We've seen Al-Noor's campaign posters in Cairo. You've got the male candidates, you can see their portrait, and the females, there's one of them, you represented with flowers. People in Cairo telling us not many people are going to vote for these guys. Do you agree?
In fact, I don't agree. I think that we underestimated 10, 15 years ago. We were thinking that Muslim brotherhoods, moderate Muslim groups are the most popular in Egypt. But especially when I was in last summer in Cairo, and the Salafists made a million manifestation in Tahrir Square. And I only went there only to see as a spectator. And I think 15 years of satellite channels, Salafist satellite channels, pumping ideas inside every Egyptian house, made a lot of the people, we don't see them, more trend for radical Islamists than for Muslim Brotherhood. And I think even Muslim Brotherhood themselves, they were astonished of these numbers.
All right, that's the trend you witnessed. We're going to pick up on that point when we continue. Stay with us. The France 24 debate continues.